What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Season 6 of Eagles Enemies, presented by Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's your boy KB, back at it again. Another Eagles season is on the horizon. I know we didn't do anything in the preseason, but that's because the preseason, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. So we're officially making Eagles Enemies a regular season show from here on out. It will only be regular season and playoff games, obviously. Just no more preseason. But we're back. The Eagles are on the horizon of a revenge tour, looking to right the wrongs of last year's Super Bowl and come out on top and be the top dogs in the NFL. They're the top dogs in the NFC, so a big target on their back. And what better way to kick off the season than by going up to Foxborough, going up to Gillette, to take on Tom Brady returning and getting celebrated, and the New England Patriots, which more and more drama just keeps coming out about them. And we will be joined by the one and only, our very own, Underground Sports' very own, and Gillette Gazette's very own, Pat Pitts, to kick off Season 6 of Eagles Enemies. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It's been a long time since Eagles Enemies happened. We're on TikTok now, and Threads. And be sure to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/undergroundsportsphi. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple, Spotify. Just search Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where this show lives, is on the main Underground Sports Philadelphia feed. And be sure to subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Second season of Eagles Enemies on YouTube this year. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers before September 24th, which is going into week 3 of the NFL season for the Birds, right before Monday Night Football. Get us there. We're at 543 subscribers as of this recording. Let's make that happen. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're going to get shorts, clips, interviews all season long from your favorite Eagles enemies alongside yours truly. And go get your merch, because Eagles Enemies brought to you by PHI Apparel Company, the best in the game. There's no doubt in our minds you'll stand out in the crowd. And right now, through the season opener, go to phiapparel.co, and any Eagles merch, including our Philly Dog shirt, you get 20% off with code GOBIRDS at checkout. That's code GOBIRDS for 20% off any Eagles merch from our merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. When you go to phiapparel.co, use code GOBIRDS for 20% off through the season opener, which is September 10th. And without any further ado, let's get into Season 6, Episode 1 of Eagles Enemies with the one and only Pat Pitts. All right, everybody, it's the season opener. The Birds are back. Kelly Green is going to be on the horizon this season. Not this week, but the Eagles get to see an old friend as they travel up to Gillette Stadium, where I was this past weekend, getting dirty looks from David Andrews as I wore my beautiful Super Bowl 52 Nick Foles jersey to cover the PLL. I am joined by Underground Sports Philadelphia's own and Gillette Gazette's very own Mr. Patty Pitts. What's going on, brother?
What's poppin'?
It's been a minute.
The captain of all things nonsensical, the champ of the Patriot peeps, and your Renaissance man who always thinks he can, is here for Eagles Enemy Week 1. I didn't think, to be honest, I don't think I've been on here as a Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles have played the Patriots since you've been part of the company.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, because I was on for Lions, my Motor City Kitties. Meow. So,
this guy. I think we have to start this episode with, I saw you this past weekend.
We did. It was a nice
been a long
little
time.
meeting. Yeah, it's been a minute.
But I was a man of the people for the Birds.
You were not a man of the people for Gillette Stadium. I'll tell you that.
Well, there
You
was
were
one
the enemy.
security. There was one security guard who did like my my commitment to the bit. She was very kind, so I love her respect and admiration for what I did. I wore my Super Bowl 52 patch jersey, Nick Foles, to Gillette Stadium to cover the PLL. When I walked into the press conference after the Water Dogs' big win over the Whipsnakes, head coach Andy Copeland said, "KB, that's bold. I like it."
Bold is an understatement for sure. That was a hell of a move. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty fucking bold move.
Good pal Joe Keegan he's the big stats guy at the PLL. He said, "What, do the Eagles have a game here this weekend?" I said, "They do next week." I set the tone early.
Yeah, better not. Better fucking not. Okay. So
Eagles are coming into town to take on your Patriots.
Sure.
First time since
I think it's been since the Super Bowl. Yeah.
the Super Bowl year, maybe the year after.
I remember. So there's a regular season game that the Pats played the Eagles. I was at college for, and Brady ran, either caught it or did like a QB sneak to the out, like, and had his first receive. I think it was a catch. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was the first Brady reception of my memory. And
2019 is the last time we played you guys.
So that was
November
after
17th, 2019. So a couple years after.
a couple years after.
Yeah. So it was 2 years after the Super Bowl year.
Yeah. Because I was not part
Which
yet.
was not a good year for the Eagles because that was the beginning of the end for Carson
Oh,
Wentz.
Wentz.
Could be a New England Patriot before we know it.
You better fucking not. Okay, I can't do it. We already have Matt Corral. It's fine. We have Matt Corral. We don't need Carson.
He's gonna go corral Carson Wentz out from the woods.
Not on the leash he's on.
Talk to me about the Patriots, Patty Pitts, as David Andrews almost pancaked me, allegedly.
Yeah.
What has this offseason been like? As before we even get into the news that came out today from Page 6, I don't know if you've been made privy to that or not.
What news? What?
Oh.
Sorry, I was slinging fish. Sorry, I got to pay the bill somehow. Slinging fish.
The Patriots are going into this weekend not in the right mindset, if you will. As it was reported by Page 6, I'm going to pull up the article here. I had to make sure I kept an eye on this because it is it's not good for your Patriots because there's some distractions in the building. According to Page 6 and the Daily Mail, Patriots coach Bill Belichick and longtime girlfriend Linda Holliday have broken up, which is causing Patriots executives to, quote, be on edge, per the Daily Mail. The report says that there is concern about what Linda might post about online after the breakup, and the report also says it's been a, quote, drawn-out back-and-forth breakup. Old Billy's in heartbreak. He's in his bag. He's in Heartbreak City right now. He's going to be playing Marvin's Room, playing some Drake.
Cups of that XO.
Cups of the X's and O's.
Bitches in my old phone. No.
Not great. Not great.
No. See, this is why you stay single, Kyle. All right. That's why the champ is single right now. Mind focus. So, spin zone.
Dialed
That's what
in.
Positive Pits does. I would be terrified if I were you. You have Bill Belichick solely focus on one thing, and that is
He's clearly not focused. He's worrying about what the X is going to post.
Post
The
about
executives are nervous.
what? Like, that's what they post about what?
Maybe Bill Belichick is just like Rex Ryan and likes feet.
Oh Jesus! I see. My mind goes like deep dark secrets because the Patriots execs are worried.
Maybe she's going to.
But like, what is?
Maybe
what would you tell
she
them?
has the only living copies of Spygate. Maybe she posts the videos.
There's no way.
They're
No.
nervous if they're on edge.
Dude, I just.
Maybe she has the deflated footballs.
There's no.
What if she has
I can't.
all the secrets? What if she stole the Declaration of Independence instead of Nicolas Cage?
I mean, this is what I just don't. I don't get, man. Like
you're shaking in your boots now.
Dude. I'm not shaking it. It's just I'm not shaking my boots. Don't you dare put words in my mouth. There's just so many thoughts hitting me right now because this is just complete news to me. And
as the Kelsey brothers would say on New Heights,
new
news.
Dude, it could be an assortment of things. It could be an absolute assortment of things. It could be that we get a Bill Belichick dick pic. Imagine that's what she just posts. That would really ruffle some, dude. That would ruffle some feathers. I just see, or it could be the secret thing. Like that's why, in my mind, so what? Move on. Like Bill Belichick is. He's Bill Belichick for a reason. He's not. I don't know. I just wow. I didn't know they broke up. That's so sad too.
Tough way to start. It's a tough way to start.
It's also very brutal day to announce it. I don't know. Start of week 1, you're gonna announce the breakup.
Tough.
Like what?
Not great.
This is
Bob.
all weird.
Not great, Bob.
This is all just weird. That's my. All right. You want one word reaction? What is it? It's weird. It's very
so
weird.
It's so weird. Talk to me about the Patriots, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, you host the Gillette Gazette podcast for Stadium Rant, so you're tapped in, all year long with this team. What has this offseason been like that has been similar and different when it comes to the Patriots?
Similar in the sense that it's business as usual, that when training camp starts, the Patriots fever definitely hits a little bit harder in Massachusetts, New England in general. So that's been pretty nice to have that be regular. The difference and the big difference to me, I think I talked about this last night on the Gillette Gazette. What is that? There's a lot of hype with the players and whatnot, but it's coaching. It's heavy discussions about the coaching and stuff that's just not on the field with Bill O'Brien. And the difference there's never been any question marks with coaching. I mean, other than the offensive line, but every team has offensive line issues at some point. It's never been so much of a focus. So that's been a little new for me, having to kind of tune that out to get to the actual facts that I need to know about this team. So that's the only difference, I would say. But it's just been it's weird. It's another weird offseason with how much focus has been on the coaching.
Speaking of the coaching, Matt Patricia now joining the Eagles as a
good.
I don't even know what the particular role is. He and Darius Slay clapped up each other in practice, so they're on good terms.
Oh, good.
But we're bringing the rocket scientist into the building. From your good experiences, which obviously come pre-Super Bowl 52, talk to me about Matt Patricia as a coach, and obviously you have other experiences with him, being your Lions fandom as well.
Yeah, dude.
But just talk to me about Matt Patricia, even though he's not like a major role-playing coach per se, he's just part of the staff.
Yeah.
What kind of secrets could the rocket scientist have about this Patriots team?
Off the
Other
bat,
than knowing how to run an offense.
Well, don't expect that because he doesn't know that. The biggest difference, or the big thing that he brings, is just the defensive mind. He coached under Belichick for how many years, won a Super Bowl, whatnot. So the man knows how to run a defense. The problem is that at this stage of his career, you had the same words that I did for the past 2 or 3 years that he was on staff. You don't know what his role is. You never know what his role is. So that's a little bit nervous, a little weary to me, just on any front. Patricia's just, he doesn't bring anything to the table if you don't know his role, but if he's going to be an advocate or helping coaching the defense, then he's an asset in some way, shape, or form.
I'm going to pull up his official role via the Eagles website here. because I think he is listed now. He is
Oh,
the
good.
senior. He's the senior defensive assistant.
Okay, so he's definitely going to help with preparing for this week, but I mean, he's more just like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like
A liaison, if you will.
liaison, but I'm trying to think of the word for it. Like they oversee, like kind of. My mind goes like borders, like overseer, advisor. Thank you. Like he's just gonna tell them, give advice on what to do with the bigger picture stuff on defense. That's all I see him doing, and in that case, he will eventually benefit you guys at some point.
And I do think him coming in is a just rehabilitation of his image as a defensive-minded coach in the NFL to help him get a defensive coordinator job, a head coaching job again, like that type of thing. We've seen that time and time again with the Eagles. We saw it last year in the Super Bowl, Vic Fangio. He's now defensive coordinator for the Dolphins. So, like, we've seen the Eagles do this in the past with high-profile name coaches. So I think this is just a way to help Matt Patricia, like, get his career back on track after having to be an offensive coordinator last year.
Yeah, dude, the dog days are over. Dog days are over.
The Patriots signed Jalen Reagor this offseason. How excited are you for the Jalen Reagor experiment?
You are just hitting me with the worst fucking news ever. Like, first, Belichick breaks up with Linda. Then you're reminding me that Jalen Reagor is just dropping Reagor bombs in Gillette now. For some reason, I don't know why we signed him. I would honestly rather have Pop Douglas, the new guy, Demario Douglas, and Kayshon Boutte over him. If he's on the practice squad, booty, rocking everywhere. I just don't want to see Jalen Reagor suit up because it's another N'Keal Harry. Like let's face it, both our favorite teams effed up pretty bad with drafting a wide receiver.
And one GM learned from it and the other didn't.
No, yeah. Well, we still have this year. Maybe we just got a little bit more value.
Like, we rebounded earlier.
Exactly.
1 year later, our receiver fix is now team captain. Shout out Smitty.
Good for him. Good for him. I didn't know that.
There are a lot of Eagles connections, whether the former player or players that they've played against in the past on this Patriots team. I still love my boy, the Green Goblin. Miss him dearly. But the big signing for the Patriots this offseason seems to have been Ezekiel Elliott.
My guy. I'm in.
I can't wait for Jalen Carter to devour him like he's a bowl of cereal. I don't understand the need for Ezekiel Elliott on this team. Talk to me what you're thinking Ezekiel Elliott is bringing to the table, because I think Ramondre Stevenson is a very good running back.
He is. He's a very good running back, an RB1, honestly. But you need to give him a break. He can't be the entire offense like he was last year. You saw Patricia low-key, not even low-key, high-key run him into the ground after 2022. So you need to have someone to be a nice little second piece, two-headed monster in the backfield. And why not give it to a guy like Zeke, who just needs an opportunity to get a bag somewhere else? The Patriots are not looking to sign Zeke after this for another 3-4 years. This is a dumber down version of what they did with Randy Moss. Just give him that opportunity to shine, and then he will be a key piece, I think. I mean, the dude had a down year and still had 800 yards.
Never forget when he lined up at center, though.
We don't need him to do that. We don't need him to do that. So that can stay in Jerry World.
That's his last play as a Cowboy.
Just getting pancaked. Yeah, it is. It is poetic justice.
So good.
We don't need him to. We need him to line up right next to Mac 10 and run the ball up the gut. Because that's where that's a little bit of a yin and yang with him and Ramondre. He's a little bit more elusive, I would say. I would say a little bit quicker on his feet than Ramondre. More of an elusive back because Ramondre is more like, when I think of them, like a Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt type of two-headed monster in the backfield. So I like the signing a lot.
I feel like the other big signing this offseason is a redundant signing. To go get Mike Gesicki when you have Hunter Henry already on the roster is like, here, you can copy my homework, just change it up a little bit. That's what Mike Gesicki and Hunter Henry are.
I mean, it's worked in the past. Remember a guy named Aaron Hernandez who was playing right next to Rob Gronkowski and what they were doing in that offense? So they're getting that. And that was the Bill O'Brien years too.
But the difference is, obviously, Aaron Hernandez, deplorable human.
Yeah.
When he was in the NFL, he could block. Gesicki can't block.
But he plays more like a Hunter Henry than Jonnu Smith did, which makes him fit into O'Brien's offense a lot better. And they can do a lot. And here's the thing, and it just hit me. The Patriots were deplorable in the red zone last year. Just awful. They could not put the ball in the end zone. Putting doing more two tight end sets gives you that opportunity to actually have a better chance in the red zone and possession catches, 3rd and 4, going short passes and caring about more gaining yards, gaining first downs that lead to touchdowns rather than going for that big play. And that's what the Patriots have been doing since I've been watching. So to me, to see Gesicki come in, to a lot of people, it feels redundant. And why would they do that? But you need to have one on both sides, and it just benefits the offense a lot and plays more to Mac's strengths too.
How frustrating is it going to be when this Eagles front seven is demolishing your offensive line? And Mac Jones on Sunday.
Yeah. So
how scared are you for that matchup?
There was a topic bar that I wrote last night that said, "Are you nervous?" All three of us said yes. I mean, all three of us said yes because of the offensive line.
1, 2, the Eagles D line's coming for you.
Dude,
3, 4. Linebacker's gonna shut the door.
There you go. You got there. There it is. Dude, this offensive line has a lot of cracks in it.
It's pretty strange.
Yeah, we need the doctor to come here and fix it, because that's the only strange I know who can fix this offensive line right now. Every year the Patriots have some sort of offensive line issue. If Trent Brown can just stop bear hugging people, then I think we're going to be good.
Good luck against this D line.
Dude, they're so fast to try to get around him. I did predict this last night, was that if the Patriots can limit their undisciplined penalties, like holding calls, like unnecessary roughness, little shit like that they struggled with last year, if they can control that, it could be a very close game. I could see it being a closer game than people think.
So, I mean, Hassan Reddick, Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams, Brandon Graham.
Okay, yeah, that's someone that should be. Yeah, dude, it's terrifying to see.
That's all coming at you to then open up the secondary that features your good pal, Big Play Slay, James Bradbury, coming off an all-pro season last year, Avonte Maddox, Ed Reed Blankenship. I mean...
that's a very talented defense. Absolutely one of the best in the league. But the Patriots are a new look team. There's a lot more, I would say, talent with their receiving core. So it's going to be a different look. And the thing is, Mac has someone who is guiding him in the right direction. He has someone who actually knows how to run an offense this year. It's going to go back to essentially the same of his rookie year. I see a lot of similarities with his rookie year compared to last year, that we're going to see that Mac Jones, that Pro Bowl caliber type of quarterback who can make plays. And yeah, he may throw an interception to big plays today, but he's going to bounce back and throw one right past him for a score. It's not everyone. I know that the D scares every Patriots fan, but they're going to find a way. They're going to find there are holes that you can exploit. Belichick knows how to find them. I'm not too concerned in that regard. He is going to get hit though. So that's what I'm kind of nervous about, is how much damage he is going to take in week 1, especially.
Is this a make or break year for Mac Jones, in your opinion? I know you're a Mac Jones truther. I know you've been in the Mac Jones hive since day one. Is this a make or break year for him? Like, if he doesn't progress in a way that is like justifiable to prove that, like, hey, he's the franchise quarterback, like, and make those strides forward, is it time to start hitting the panic button and start looking for quarterbacks elsewhere? Be real with yourself.
I really am.
Take the blinders off for just a minute, because I'm genuinely curious.
I'm not going to slam the panic button by any means, but the one thought that is reoccurring in my head is that he would have had 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years. Do you know what another quarterback who has had that much turnover in his young career already? Baker Mayfield. So he starts flirting with that territory, which I'm in the boat where you give him another year. I would listen to trade offers if he does start not performing, but I just don't see it I don't see that much of a drop off happening to the point where it's going to be an issue. If anything, I feel a lot of the negativity will go in Bill's direction, in Belichick's direction, rather than Mac Jones. So that kind of works out in his favor.
Interesting.
So if the Patriots have a bad year, 100% Belichick is on the hot seat, which is awful to hear as the champ of the Patriot peeps. But it's true. I mean,
might be on his way to the PLL.
Dude, his son was already scouting it out. He might be going with him. I don't put a lot of the blame on the Patriots' failures on Mac Jones. You're only as good as the people who guide you. I'm a big believer in that. And if Mac Jones is in his 3rd year in the NFL, it's not like it's, a Rodgers, or I'm trying to think of another vet, like Kirk Cousins, who's been around a little bit, like veteran guys who've just been around. It's not like that. This is a man who's trying to just get his feet wet and cemented into the league so that he can be somebody. I don't. And if to put him in the position of having Josh McDaniels, he's fired, then basically insert any football mind as his offensive coordinator in year 2. And then you have Bill O'Brien, his former coach in Alabama. If that doesn't work out, well, then he still has that little weird gray area where it's like, well, the blame goes to Belichick more than Mac. I would just listen to trade offers. That's all you can do, and then just jump on the one that blows your mind, I think.
Kind of reminds me, though, a little bit with the Eagles and how they jumped the gun on it. Carson Wentz was slowly, descending in his talents and everything. Eagles go and draft Jalen Hurts. Everyone was like, what are you doing? And then it's like, oh, we have a competent, backup quarterback and a fail-safe if anything goes wrong. And clearly things went wrong, and now we have our franchise quarterback. Would you want the Patriots to go and find a young quarterback?
If the opportunity presented itself, I don't want them going to search for it. I don't want them trying to go get Caleb Williams. or something like that.
Is that because he said he wants to win 8 Super Bowls?
Maybe. It might be a little bit of it. Now, I just don't want them to give up on Mac just because how Mac fits the Patriots organization so well, not only with his play, but how he carries himself off the field, which is huge. Like the fact that this man was a rookie and had 10-year vets talking about his maturity, you cannot find that type of player in the NFL in any draft just willy-nilly like that. That's a special guy. And to just give up on him after you've kind of treated him like shit for the past 3 years, that's on you. That's on you.
Switching from the Patriots offense to the Patriots defense, facing, if he didn't get hurt, what should have been the MVP of the NFL, Jalen Hurts.
I will
facing
agree with you there.
Swole Batman, Skinny Batman, Fast Batman 2.0, and Olamide Zaccheaus. Your boy DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, Dallas Goedert, Albert O. Eagles traded for Albert O.
Who traded for him?
Yeah. I mean, how terrifying more or less is the Eagles offense versus the Patriots defense than the Eagles defense versus the Patriots offense?
The Eagles defense against the Patriots offense is way more terrifying. The Patriots have a top 3, if not best defense in the NFL. Quote me on that. Patriots defense is the reason that they won 8 games last season. Honestly, they're so good with their line right now. Matt Judon, future defensive player of the year, and Barrymore is coming into his own. Keon White is my guy to watch in this game because he is just an absolute monster that was drafted on this team to be a force up the middle. That line is scary. And then you have him. He is him, Christian Gonzalez, proving himself in the secondary. I think he's going to be special this year. And what I've seen already in training camp, he's not going to completely shut down the Batmans, but he's going to impress a lot of people on Sunday.
You also got to remember on this Eagles offense, they have the best offensive line in football. Jason Kelsey's back. Lane Johnson's back. Jordan Mailata. The only non-returning piece is Isaac Seumalo. He signed with the Steelers in free agency, but Howie Roseman is just good like that and is able to go and get guys and replace them years before we're ready to lose them. Cam Jurgens in the mix now. Landon Dickerson, obviously, back on the O-line. I think if the Patriots want to have any shot, they're going to have to be disruptive in the trenches. Going up against the best offensive line in football is a tall task. And how scared of the 92% of the time it works every time play are you? Because right now the Eagles don't have a punter on their active roster. So we're going for it.
Do you really not?
Yeah, our punter's on the practice squad.
That's a big brain move. I don't know. That's a very big brain move.
Everybody's heard of the no RB strategy in fantasy football. We're going no punt strategy. Pat McAfee has for the brand. The Eagles are saying fuck the brand.
They really are saying fuck the brand, honestly, with that statement. I'm not as concerned as a lot of Patriots fans are, I would say. There's a lot of worry with that offense, especially with the defense. I don't see it really being that crazy of a flop or whatever. I can't think of the word. I just think that it's going to be a lot closer of a matchup than people think. That defense is good. Dietrich Wise, I forgot to mention him. He's coming off the other side. That secondary is very underrated. Kyle Duggar is the man that you should be watching out for. I call him my X factor. This man
The,
can be.
the
It's
second
everywhere on the
most
field.
famous graduate of Lenore Ryan behind Tom Segura.
They went to the same. No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
Tom on
hilarious.
Two Bears One Cave a couple weeks ago. He was wearing, because Lenore Ryan won the Division II national championship for lacrosse this year, and he was
Hey.
wearing the shirt. And Bert goes, "Who's the most famous alumni from the school?" And he goes, me." And then they were sifting through it, and he was like, "Probably next up's Kyle Duggar, plays in the NFL."
Okay. That's funny. Me. Drop that line. I'm a huge Kyle Duggar fan. He's all over the field. He can be disruptive in the run game too and be a help there. That's like it's little pieces like that that can throw an offense off, and Belichick is so good at game planning for that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm intrigued by the coaching matchup, obviously. Eagles have two new coordinators. Bill O'Brien's obviously been in the building before, but he's new to this iteration of the Patriots, and getting his feet back under him in the NFL landscape should be interesting. I'm just intrigued to see the different looks the Eagles will have this year. It felt like outside of last year, like things were just very like cookie cutter and getting guys used to the positions they were in. And then last year was like, oh, we have these playmakers. Let's utilize their strengths. Shane Steichen, now head coach of the Colts. Brian Johnson, now the offensive coordinator, who was our quarterback's coach, has been with Jalen Hurts since he was in high school. So I was totally fine with that as the replacement, obviously. I'm just intrigued. The Eagles' offense, like the passing game, is going to be there. Like Jalen Hurts is probably going to throw for like 30+ touchdowns this year. Continue to be an absolute dog. The run game for the Eagles is what is going to be very exciting because it's very different than what it's been from what it was in the Miles Sanders era, where it was Miles Sanders was kind of your bell cow, and then you had the complementary pieces of Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, those guys. Now it's a whole collective. It's DeAndre Swift, it's Rashad Penny, it's Boston Scott, and it's Kenneth Gainwell, who all do very different things at the running back position. Which running back, if you had to pick, is the most terrifying for the Patriots' defensive line to kind of maneuver and stop, and which one do you feel most confident in stopping?
I feel very confident in Rashad Penny stopping. To me, he is not as elusive as DeAndre Swift. I feel like he's very swifty. Nice play on his name. He is quick and can do both run, pass, or catch. So that is, I would say, my my biggest worry there. But Rashad Penny gives me no worries. It's DeAndre Swift that I could be a little afraid of. Him breaking off to the outside for like a 25-30 yard run is something that the Patriots are known for giving up to guys like that. I could see him being more of a threat than any of the other three.
Yeah, I think DeAndre Swift behind this offensive line is going to be very, very fun. And I think this offensive line protecting Rashad Penny is going to keep him healthier than what he's been in years past. Yeah. And I'm also excited for like Kenneth Gainwell to take another step forward as a predominant back in this offense. You brought up one of the matchups you're looking for. What's another matchup you're kind of excited about in this one, whether it's positionally, player versus player? What's a matchup you're looking forward to watching on Sunday?
I'm very excited to see Christian Gonzalez versus I don't know who he would be covering at this point, either Smith or AJ Brown. I want to see him go up against a talent like that in the league right off the bat. So you have a nice baseline of expectations. We've seen a lot already when training camp, all the hype and, oh, look at him do this and that. But now he's going up against a legit threat in an offense in his first game in the NFL. That is what I'll be watching out for most, because the Eagles, I would say, have one if top 3 receiving core in the NFL, to have your first game be against that, it's gonna tell us something.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just Jalen Hurts continuing to prove the haters wrong, because for whatever reason there's still Jalen Hurts hate out there after last year. The Ringer put their quarterback rankings out there, and somehow Matthew Stafford is ranked ahead of Jalen Hurts. Riddle me that, Batman, all pun intended. That makes no sense to me at all. Matthew Stafford is a corpse of himself.
What number?
It's even more disrespectful because Jalen Hurts, in the image on the article, was still wearing number 2 and not number 1. So clearly shows that
they don't care.
The writer from The Ringer doesn't watch the games, even though in their Twitter bio it says watch the games.
Wait, I'm confused. What number was what? This is mind-boggling.
Pull it up here. Let me see. Yeah, it was very disrespectful. Like, the Jalen Hurts hate still out there, even though he is the coolest quarterback.
He's pretty cool. I got to give you that. He is pretty cool. I just want to be kind of like a middleman to this, because I understand maybe not putting him in your top 5 or 3.
Even then, I think it's disrespectful.
It is, but there are people out there who just don't get it. Okay, so but Matthew Stafford's not in the top 10, so I'm just like, what?
He's not in the top 20.
Right now, I don't think he is.
Like, it was an article from Steven Ruiz from The Ringer, where he has Matthew Stafford ranked number 9 and Jalen Hurts number 10.
Okay, that's bananas. Okay, that's more about what? That's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is just utter nonsense.
Disrespectful. Garbage.
Basura.
Yep. Another matchup I'm looking forward to is just the Eagles' defensive backs putting the clamps on these Patriots wide receivers.
Do you believe the hype about Juju's knee?
I didn't even know there was hype about his knee.
Oh, all right. Well,
riddle me this, Batman. Or should I say Patman?
There you go. Apparently, a nice little rumor floated around the other day in Page's Twitter, saying that Juju Smith-Schuster's knee is about to explode. It's that bad, like all this stuff. Juju was asked about it in a press conference. Juju said, that's completely false. Like, pretty much just shut down the rumor because it came from no one in his camp. It was just something that they saw online and just ran with. And Juju Smith is like, no, that is completely false. My knee's fine. He's been playing in games. I don't know.
I guess we'll see on Sunday.
I usually do this where I put my foot in my mouth. And if I just put my foot in my mouth and all of a sudden Juju just goes down with a knee injury, I think I'm gonna have to corpse. Just fetal position. We can't have that happen. Because honestly, I didn't like the Juju signing at first, but it's growing on me. He's never been a 1. He doesn't need to be a 1 in this offense. He's been a fantastic 2. You think he was the 1 in that? Well, that's the thing. Kelsey was the 1.
Fair. I'll give you that.
So, yeah, he's going to be like a 1, but then he's essentially a 2. And when he was in Pittsburgh, it was AB and him. That's when he crushed it. He's going to be the 2 on this team. Kendrick Bourne is going to be the guy.
Jesus Christ.
He's the wide receiver 1 on this team. He has 1,000 yards this year, hands down. I legitimately believe Kendrick Bourne is going to be miles ahead of anyone on the team for wide receiver yards. Maybe not touchdowns. I could see Juju or Devontae Parker taking that one. But, dude, the Kendrick Bourne is elusive. He reminds me of an Edelman quick slot guy.
What is it with the Patriots signing former Dolphins playmakers?
That is so... Wait. Who? Gesicki?
Devontae Parker.
Oh, Devontae Parker.
Wes Welker.
Well, I mean, that's the OG. That he found the first diamond and kept digging. That's what he did.
Danny Amendola.
Danny Amendola was a Dolphin?
I'm 90% sure.
I don't think he was a Ram.
I know he was a Ram. He was also an Eagle.
That I didn't know. I just remember Amendola on the Rams before, and he couldn't stay healthy. And then came to New England and was healthy.
Yep, Danny Amendola was a Dolphin.
Interesting.
Before he went to Detroit.
I do remember him in Detroit.
Yeah, he was a Ram, then he was a Patriot, then he was a Dolphin, Lion, and then went back to the Patriots.
Yeah, he had one loss, I think.
Yeah, the Eagles signed him as an undrafted free agent. The Rams picked him up off our practice squad. Could have been.
What could have been? That's a nice what if.
Danny Amendola, now the assistant returners coach for Josh McDaniels and the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's a team I
where
can't
all
stand
former
now.
Patriots go to die.
It's like it felt like for a while the Red Sox, every former Red Sox was just going to Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Jed Lowry, there's another one I can't think of his name.
Now it's the Dodgers.
But the Patriots, everyone's just going to the Raiders. Josh McDaniels, Brady just owns the team now.
Garoppolo,
Jimmy GQ. I can't stand.
I don't even know who else is on that Raiders.
I hate McDaniels as a head coach. I just don't think he's a good head coach. He's an incredible offensive coordinator, which sometimes you just got to stay in your lane.
Antonio Brown went to the Raiders. Former Patriot.
What could have been? Dude, that was it.
Chandler Jones.
Apparently Chandler Jones does not want to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
He does not want to be there. Bring him back. Let's
Brandon
get him.
Bolden. Wasn't Brandon Bolden a Patriot?
He was. He was my mortal enemy. I can't stand Brandon Bolden. Good. That's where he belongs. Trash organization now. Look what it's devolved to. It's so sad.
Brian Hoyer.
I can't. I have nothing I have nothing serious to say about Brian Hoyer.
Jacoby Myers. Now a Raider.
He gave them a goddamn win last year. The most absurd play in NFL history.
Hunter Renfrow, the most Patriot player to never play for the Patriots.
He is the most Patriot player that we've never had, and it actually breaks my heart a little bit that we do not have Hunter Renfrow. He would be perfect in this offense. I would trade Devonta Parker in like a fourth for Hunter Renfrow right now.
We traded Renfrow for
a
fourth and a slap-dick
prospect. That's an all-time one. That's an all-time.
So good. That's so good. Looking at just the game itself, gonna try to incorporate this a little bit here and there. Eagles are -4 going into this one. Money line -180 plus 176 on the Patriots side of things.
Slam money line.
Over under 45.
Under. And this has nothing to do with the Eagles and Patriots game specifically. I'm just someone who believes that the first few weeks of the NFL season, it's going to be more unders than overs. There's going to be a lot of mistakes on the field. There's going to be a lot of turnovers and just bad play. Bad play does not lead to points. So, I mean, you could still have, you could see this game still being 20, it'll be 21-7, it'd be 38, and it would be under. And that's still high scoring to some measure. So,
the last 5 meetings between these
slam
teams,
the money line though.
Excluding the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So in 2019, the under 45 hit. The Patriots won 17-10. In 2015, the last Chip Kelly year, the Eagles went up to Foxborough and stunned the Patriots 35-28. In 2011, Patriots won 38-20. And in 2007, the Patriots won 31-28. And then in 2003,
Wow.
which is the last non-Super Bowl matchup, the Patriots won 31-10. So it kind of hovers around that 45 line, and then also when it goes over, it goes over.
Oh yeah, that's some astronomical numbers. Also, those were Tom Brady Patriots. Those were
Valid.
Tom Brady Patriots. This is a Mac Jones Patriots team. Not that I don't see Mac ever getting to that or putting up 35 points, but this, as I alluded to already, this is week 1. Teams are still figuring themselves out. It's going to be a lot of sloppy play. 28 points max for one team.
You always, as we do on this show now, we end with a fun, quirky question for the guest and the team. But before I do that, I found the new Patriots jersey that you need to acquire based on a very hilarious clip of you running through the streets of Boston.
So excited.
There's a certain defensive back who is a rookie on your team this year, who wears number 28. His name, that would be on the back of the jersey, is Speed. Amir Speed. Look at this speed.
Look at this speed. I would, dude.
You need to get an Amir Speed jersey.
Dude, there was a Pitts. There was a Pitts that was on the Patriots roster. And then they got him.
Tough.
It was so close.
You need to get an Amir Speed jersey.
I'd do that. That's hilarious. The jersey I want, though, is 99. 99.
You recreate it. And somebody films behind you. Look at this speed.
Look at just me running. Running at it.
Running everywhere. I'm so excited.
Running everywhere. So much speed.
I have two fun questions for you.
Nice.
Number 1. Which Patriots player would you want to play Mario Kart with on the new big screen? Which we got to see in person this past weekend at PLL quarterfinals.
That thing is massive.
It's huge.
That thing is so big.
Huge.
I am picking Juju.
Okay.
You'd
You'd probably beat him.
No. It's Judon. That's my guy. Matt Judon is my guy. I feel like him and I would have such a good time playing Mario Kart.
You could beat Juju because he's probably trying to film himself on TikTok playing Mario Kart on the big
want
screen.
someone who's in. I want someone who's locked in as I am. And Judon and I would get along so well. He's got a bubbly personality. I am Mr. Bubbly Personality. We're great.
The second fun question is, which Patriots player do you think, if they went back in time, would be part of the Boston Tea Party?
This is a good question. David Andrews, that beard, dude. I just picture him
as he pancakes me into the Boston Harbor.
Dude, I'm just picturing him in those like old colonial vests with like those wrist collar things here, and he's just like, they're puffy, and he's just yelling about taxation without being represented.
No taxation without representation.
Him just yeeting boxes of tea like it's nothing, and then having a couple pints at the old tavern, the old watering hole down on Lansdowne. I think I just like kind of, that would be perfect. Him, now you got me thinking. Him for sure. Mac, no. I couldn't see Mac. He's too clean cut. He'd definitely be part of the Redcoats. Dude, look, he just screams royalty. Like, look at Mac Jones. He's all clean cut, no beard. Yeah. Those are my pick. That's David Andrews. That'd be awesome. I need it. Maybe like July 4th, he recreates something. I don't know.
Hey, if we ever have an underground beer Olympics.
David Andrews would definitely be my 101. On that team, hands down, David Andrews is my 101 there.
You bring David Andrews, I bring Lane Johnson.
Dude,
or Kelsey.
we would have Okay, if you bring both of them, then I'll bring Cole Strange.
Cole Strange, David Andrews versus Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson in a beer Olympics would be absolutely absurd.
I think we need that to happen for this year. Like, imagine them four playing just drinking games. Like Flip Cup. They would go crazy Flip Cup.
Jason Kelsey is a menace with the beer games because he has his charity event down in Sea Isle every year and put my old pal James Seltzer to shame this summer. Chugged a beer in like half a second. That thing was eliminated.
That's incredible.
And it was like a pitcher just gone.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't do that. That's awesome.
That is hilarious. Patty Pitts, let everybody know where they can check out the Gillette Gazette that you do with Stadium Rant covering the Patriots. And then obviously you can catch Pat Pitts pretty much every Sunday into Monday show on Underground Sports Philadelphia. This football season, we're going to have some fun. Pitts has become a very fun character on the main pod.
I'm a fun character, period. Don't you forget it.
So stay tuned for him very much this football season on Underground Sports Philadelphia. But tell everybody about the Gillette Gazette and everything you're doing with Stadium Rant.
Yeah, Gillette Gazette. Every week we're actually switching to Mondays and Wednesdays, it seems, or Fridays. Mondays and Fridays over on Stadium Rant, 7 p.m. Stadium Rant YouTube channel, Stadium Rant HQ, if you want to look it up. And then follow Stadium Rant on Twitter at Stadium Rant. And you can follow me on Twitter at Pat_Pitts for all Patriots content, wrestling content as well. Because Kyle, I take no nights off between the Patriots and wrestling. I take no nights off. So join me and follow me. And then I do TikTok as well for Stadium Rant HQ, the Champs Conference, which will be a recurring thing this upcoming season. So a lot of stuff.
Power rankings coming back to the pod too. So
we got power rankings coming back. Let's go. And you can watch me stream too on Twitch, twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. I got my own Patriots team that I created, the Militia, who I take over the team and see if I do a better job than Belichick. I have a good friend of the Eagles on the team, good old Micah Parsons, who low-key wants to be an Eagle.
He wants to be an Eagle so bad.
So bad. So we got him one step closer.
Everybody, when Michael Parsons tweeted that he's going to win a Super Bowl, everyone in Philadelphia quote tweeted and said, "This is a formal trade request."
That's incredible.
Eagles Patriots is going to be a blast. 4:25 p.m. kickoff on the old CBS machine. We got Tony Romo in the booth with us this weekend. It's going to be fun. Make sure you're following us at Underground PHI on all of the socials. Follow Pitsy. Follow myself. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast feed. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. And we'll be back sooner than you think because the Eagles' home opener is Thursday Night Football, as good pal Arif Hassan from Pro Football Network will be joining me to talk Eagles-Vikings for the home opener. But until then, let's go spoil Brady's return to Gillette. No. Hopefully Nick Foles comes out and forces Tom to give him a handshake. But until then, this has been another edition of Eagles Enemies presented by Underground Sports Philadelphia. And as we always say, go Birds.